Welcome to Landry Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome, beautiful life. Is my makeup smeared? You know, sometimes I sit and talk to you guys and I've got like black, eyeliner. I should probably take a look at myself before I get on camera. All right, so let me move back. I think the sun's coming in. The sun's out, shining here in Atlanta. All right, we're still on the Master Key System. Hopefully it's not too shiny. Charles F. Haanel. And this is a book that was banned many, many years ago and by the church because it was so powerful. And basically the message was, you don't need the church. You can do everything yourself from your inner self. Now, churches are great. Churches are wonderful places of worship and joy. But, the churches have a history of wanting to control, and that was part of the problem with this book. Is it was saying, if you want to create something, you can do it yourself. And empowerment has been a tough thing for people to accept. We're on to part 5. I need to go back and mark these in order. So I want to just remind you of something. Because our material world is so real to us, and even though we can sit and tell you that everything you see really isn't solid at all, most of it is just space. And who knows? Space. What's in between space? I don't know. Energy. It's all energy. There's no just blank space. There's power in that space. But, this is still a bodhisattva, not Buddha. And that's a lamp back there, and this is a table, right? I mean, I can feel that on my knuckles. So it's really tough to get past the fact that the material world isn't really what we think it is. And that what we don't see is what is so empowering. But I'm going to read part 5 to you. Matter is powerless. Now, people might disagree with that because you say everything is energy. And, energy is intelligent. But that table doesn't have the same consciousness that we do. It doesn't have the choice that we do, at least right now. That's what I think. That could be totally wrong too, right? Question everything, right? But, let's just say that we know the material world is not in control. We're in control. Our inner self is in control. Matter is powerless, passive, inert. Mind is force, energy, power. Mind shapes and controls matter. Yeah, it does. Now, we're usually looking out here going, oh, here's my circumstances, and here's this money, and here's the money I don't have, and there's the relationship I do or don't have, and the whole outside matter world is controlling how we're feeling, and the joke is that what we are inside is what can change all of that out there. Instead, we're allowing it to control us, and we just go along with it instead of controlling our outside world from our inner thoughts. Mind shapes and controls matter. Every form which matter takes is but the expression of some pre-existing thought. Everything came from a thought. Everything. But thought works no magic transformations. It obeys natural laws. There are laws in place that we can use. We don't control those laws. We are part of them. It sets in motion natural forces. It releases natural energies. It manifests in your conduct and actions. And these in turn react upon your friends and acquaintances, and eventually upon the whole of your environment. Everybody and everything around you is affected by your inner being, your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs. You can originate thought, and since thoughts are creative, you can create for yourself the things you desire. So, of course, this whole book really is saying the same thing over and over again, of course, like all of us do. All spiritual teachers, we're all saying the same thing, we just do it in different ways. We deliver the message differently. There's some different thoughts on how things work and operate, but the bottom line is we all come to the same conclusion. You're in control of your destiny. You're in control of your reality. This matter is not what controls you. And a lot of you are sitting there right now very upset because you see the outside world and you believe that your happiness is coming from that. That is coming from your unhappiness. Does that make sense? It's tough to take responsibility, but when you do, it's empowering. It's like, okay, well, wait a minute. I'm okay with taking responsibility because that means that if I think this way, and I really believe it, all these things out here that I don't like can completely change. That person calls you and says, you know what, we have a job opening. And a friend of yours said that you were qualified and that you were looking for a job, and it's exactly what you want. Because in one of my other videos, I tell you that it is so important to know exactly what you want. If you are not focused, the universe can't bring it. And all the material world will now change because of the inner. When you allow this material world to start dictating your joy, you have lost your focus and you are now manifesting in a way that you don't want to. Does that sound scary? It should be. Because it's like you are out of control at that point. You know, you're just that dirt ball going down, gathering all kinds of things and rocks and spewing stuff out and just getting bigger and bigger. And it just keeps going. And you can stop that anytime you want. If you realize that you are creating this outside world, if you realize that you are manifesting in this material world, as real as it can seem, can all change. Can all change. And if you do not allow it to dictate your feelings, and you develop those feelings and work on those feelings to project outward what you want to see, those circumstances will change. It's the law. It's the law. Read the Master Key System. Warren Buffett read it. Bill Gates read it. Supposedly it was the book in Silicon Valley. Brad Pitt supposedly read it. Why? Because they know this works. They know it's law, that it's real, that the material world can be manipulated. That's what it was meant to be, is our creation. Anything we want to do with it, so start. Start today. You can look around and say, okay, I may not like this. I may not like what I'm seeing. I need to not focus on that and focus on what I do want to see it in your mind, project those feelings out, and that is going to take practice every single day. Every single day. Every moment you get, you focus on that thing that you want and understand that this material world is no more real. It's no more real than your thoughts. In fact, your thoughts are what create the material world. I know, it's tough. It's like, it doesn't seem like that. But it is. So, it's up to you. You know what it takes. You know that what I'm saying is true. You know that quantum physics is not a theory, it's science. It's real. And you can use it. Isn't that fabulous? How awesome is that? Sending you light, love, abundance, joy, prosperity, health, happiness, and peace. Namaste.